Okay, it's recording. Very good. Good morning, Monica.
Good morning.
Did you have a good sleep?
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What time you went to sleep?
Early. Probably around 10. Went to sleep.
Okay, that's early. Alright, right after sharing.
Yeah. We made bobinzana.
How was Babinzan for you?
Good.
Did you feel like more relaxed?
Yeah. There was definitely like a moment where I was like, okay, it's time to sleep now.
Yeah. She called. She
Yeah.
calls. That's how she calls. Perfect. Okay, so you're rested.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm recording from this camera and this camera.
Okay.
And one of them will work. Man, this cats, the dogs, everybody's just like, well, I just hope Boris will not knock the camera like it did before. That's why it doesn't work now. It's
Oh,
like
'cause
work
it
like
fell.
half. It's just like went all the way back, you know. It's still kind of working there, but you know that's why I have the backup. But the backup is only 10%, so we'll make it work either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will.
All right. Okay. So maybe you want to start from like introducing yourself and then why you came to Huachuma Wasi.
Yeah.
Like let's give people context,
Yeah.
and then we kind of continue into your actual experience here, to the healing that happened here. Okay. So go ahead.
I'm Monica, and I'm traveling in from Canada. And so the reason why that I came here was just to try to see if I could do plant medicine again.
Okay. So what happened to?
I had an experience about 2 years ago with synthetic psilocybin that was very traumatizing. And I just didn't feel like I could do psychedelic or plant medicine work anymore. And it was really challenging because that was a big part of my own personal work. And to not be able to connect was really hurtful. I felt very rejected by the medicine work.
So what is your line of work,
I'm in psychotherapy.
and what are you specified? Like, what's your specialty in this area?
In grief and loss and death and dying.
So it's like a end of life assistance.
Eventually it'll get there, but right now it's a lot of preparing for death and supporting those who are still remaining when their loved ones passed. So a lot of grief and bereavement work, spiritual care.
So, and what is the psychedelic part of the practice?
I don't really do a psychedelic part to the practice. I had wanted to integrate more of that into my work, but because of my experience with the psychedelics at that time, I just didn't feel connected to it. I didn't feel like I would be the right person to help and support people.
Post trauma.
Yeah, post-trauma.
So you want that was a part of your work. That's supposed to be a part of your
It's
work.
supposed to be, yes.
That's where you were moving as a professional
Yes.
towards, to use psychedelic to help people with end of life care,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But because of the experience you had, because of the trauma you had, that kind of sets you back.
Absolutely.
So that's what
exactly
happened,
right.
and that kind of course, I understand. It's like now you have to deal with your grief.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, all your career now kind of on hold because you can get to this final stage
Yeah.
because of what happened to you. So I understand it's big.
Yeah.
It's very big. So maybe you want to share like what happened, like what happened with this synthetic psilocybin? Like how was your experience?
It was very scary. I'll admit that part of me was very cavalier, and having had experience with psychedelics in the past, I was like, okay, yeah, I can totally do this dosage by myself. I hadn't realized or admitted fully how sensitive I am to everything. So I think the dosage was too much. The person who gave it to me didn't understand that. And so I just completely lost sense of reality. And was very scared the whole time. And because I was by myself, there was no one to help me or anchor me. And I lost my way. And it was a very long and scary, harrowing, I don't know, it was probably like 10 hours.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
hellish, of course, when psychedelic anxiety and trauma happens. I mean, trauma is what happens after.
Yeah.
It's like you don't know that it's trauma, but it's an anxiety. It's like it's the fear. It's like everything that's, you know. So the trauma is the consequences of that.
Yeah.
You know. So that can be very hellish for a long time. I completely understand that, and I have a lot of experience with that too. That's why I can help you and other
Yeah.
people. So, and then what happened? Like 2 years passed, and you kept thinking about this. What happened?
During the 2 years, I was feeling really sad that this part that was very important in my own spiritual work, like professionally, that's one thing. I can always find other routes to do my work. But for my own personal growth, my own spirituality, I felt very cut off from that.
Yeah,
And it affected my work.
of course.
It made me take on everybody's pain and suffering.
And how
grief.
you release all that?
Yeah. And I held it, and I felt it at my first session here, just releasing a lot of that. But coming back to the 2 years, I really didn't think I'd be able to come back.
Never.
Yeah. And it was a very, very painful experience to think, okay, this is maybe what my life's going to be like. I won't have this anymore. I don't know how I'm going to connect to myself and to spirit and have that development until probably 6 months ago, which is when I reached out. I had a dream that, long story short, directed me to look
Go ahead.
towards...
We have all the time you need.
Yeah, to look towards a male spirit plant medicine, which was either San Pedro and tobacco. So then I just went on the internet and I looked up
So you
Huachuma.
heard about Huachuma before?
I didn't know it was called Huachuma,
Yeah, it was San Pedro.
but San Pedro.
Yeah, so you were aware that there is such a thing exists.
Yes, but I
Somewhere.
didn't know that it had a male spirit, like a grandfather male spirit. So I Googled male grandfather spirit plant medicine, and San Pedro and Huachuma came up.
And that's how you...
And that's how I found you.
Yeah. Okay. And how did you feel? Like, here I am, post-traumatic stress disorder, and here is Huachuma in Peru. Like, what do I do? Am I going? Like that's a struggle right there. There's a struggle there
Yeah.
between fear and between wanting to go, feeling the need, and being afraid of possible, trauma.
Yeah.
So how was it first?
At first, well, I'm very impulsive, so thank God for that. 'Cause I think if I thought for too long, maybe
You
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
know.
have be here.
Okay.
But I had the dream. I looked it up. It felt very strongly. There was a number of things on your website. I don't even remember exactly what they were, but there were a few signs that made me feel very settled about choosing Huachuma Wasi. And I sent in my application. You gave me the okay. I booked the flight tickets, and then that was that.
Yeah, that was like 6 months
6
ago.
months ago.
Something like October.
Yeah.
Something like that. October. I almost forgot about you.
Yeah. Because it's been so long.
It's been so long. I'm like, I got from vacation, and I'm like, okay, who is coming in March and then in April? Kind of looking at the list, and I forgot about you. It's like, and then Monica, I am coming like in 3 days. Like, oh my god. So I had to go back, look for the application, read it again, understand you again,
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, sure, let's do it,
Yeah.
It's been a while. So then you arrived here. How were your feelings? Like, were you afraid before the first ceremony? Were you like, what did you think will happen to you here?
I spent a lot of time preparing to come here.
Like during the 6 months back home?
Yeah, back home, especially the 6 weeks leading up to this. I really spent a lot of time with myself, cutting out all my social media, just to keep out outside influences that aren't always really, like, they take your attention away from the work. You having set up a pickup from the airport and very clear directions on just making the getting here easy was so easy.
Yeah.
And following your advice, taking the 2 days to
Just
acclimate.
relax.
First ceremony, of course I was nervous. I wasn't sure what to expect. I wasn't sure what to expect of the other people that were here. And coming here by myself as well meant that, like, okay, I'm going to have to depend on myself for a little bit until I figure out what's going on.
Till you can start trusting, you know.
Yeah.
It takes time. And all guys in the house, too. You're the only girl.
Yes.
And everybody guys.
It actually worked out perfectly because there are 3 veterans here. Like, they've done work with Huachuma for a very long time. So their guidance and support just allowed me to relax. And there were a couple others who were newer to the medicine, which also helped me to feel like, okay, I'm not the only brand new person here. So the amount of support, not just by you, but everyone that was here, was amazing. Perfect.
Yes, of course. That's the whole point. You know, you have me during the day, and then you have the support at night. So you're supported the whole time, just through different, in different way. So how was the first ceremony?
It was more than I was expecting. It was more than I was expecting, because you told me it was going to be nothing. And then
very little.
I was sitting at the river just like crying and releasing all of this grief that I was holding of other people and my own from being cut off from this experience. You
observe so much grief and so much pain and fear from people, because it all comes together.
Yeah.
It's a fear of death. Really, that's what it is. Like, the bottom line, it's a fear of death that you're observing in your work.
Yeah.
The grief, everything else. Yes, it's the rub. It's all there. Of course, people are sad, and you know, but it's really like the underlying, the fear of death. So that is what you're observing in your work constantly.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a way to release, to discharge it, it will just get to you.
Yeah.
You know, it will in some way.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it can result in mental breakdowns and physical. It's like it's a serious thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with nurses and ER nurses. I had some of them here. It's the same thing. They observe so much, and then they don't know how to discharge, and then just, you know, they just collapse, break down. Or they come here and just dump it on me, and then I collapse. Like, okay, you feel better? I'm like, for you.
Yeah.
I need to go take a shower here and just sleep like 9 hours.
Yeah.
You know. So your work is very similar to them. They work like with more like it's a blood thing. You know, it's like violence. People come to, you know, hurt. But in your case, like, okay, there is no violence, there is no blood, but people are dying. So it's like the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like the grief and the pain, and it's the same thing. It's the same line of work, just maybe a different aspect of it.
Yeah, they're working on the physical bodies, and we're working on the mental, emotional, spiritual
exactly,
body.
because it's all like near death. It's like you might survive, you might not survive in emergency room. In your case, okay, it's like that's, you know, the end of the road kind of thing. So it's the same feeling, it's the same aura, the same energy. It's like it's the same. So you observe the same thing. So working with the medicine, it's crucial for you.
Yeah.
It's just crucial. It's part of your job. It's not just forget the spiritual growth. That's a next step, just to maintain your well-being and your center and your just your wellness. Just to be well while you do difficult work, you need that to constantly discharge what you get from them.
Yeah.
Constantly. Then, of course, you have to have time for yourself and go into the spirit world, like for spiritual connection. That's like a different work, you know.
Yeah.
So how was the first? And then you felt like you released things?
Yeah, the location was perfect for it because the rushing water of the river takes all of it away, and you can come into the mountain and be with the earth and allow the earth to take whatever is also there. And you're there, and everyone has their own space, but you can feel people's energies around.
Yeah, but not interfering with your experience.
Yeah, so it's all held in like this little bubble. And then the walk back is like a nice way to get the body moving again, kind of prepare your mind to come down out of the mountain back home. And we're all together, and we eat and we share, and that just really creates this nice little package around the whole ceremony.
How was the sharing?
Oh, I really enjoy it. Everybody shares, and As I said earlier, there's people from different parts of their own work with Huachuma. So it's really nice to hear what their reflections were like early on when they first started and where they are now. So it's very inspirational for, the potential work that can be done. But it's just nice to be together.
Yeah, it's very friendly, social, discharging. During ceremony we recharge our energy in silence and connection with nature, and then at night you discharge, so you have the whole cycle in the same day.
Yeah.
And integration comes same day, not tomorrow. It's like it's now while you're still in the medicine.
Yeah.
Sincere, honest.
Yeah, and everyone's very respectable and mature. There's no pressure. You don't have to share if you don't want to, or you can share as much as you like. And with a small group, it's perfect.
Yeah. It's different when we have like 15 people.
Yeah. Imagine it's like 2-3 hours.
Oh, it goes like forever. People are like, oh.
Yeah.
it's fun, sitting by the fire, but people it's like, oh, it's so beautiful, but I don't even listen anymore. I just go sleep right there, like leaning on somebody. That's it. You're sleeping. Wake me up.
Yeah.
It's like 10 people sharing.
Yeah.
It's a lot, or 12 or 15.
Yeah.
So small groups are very intimate.
Yes, and I think
Intimate,
that's really, at
setting.
least for me, I really like that intimacy of the small group. You get to spend time with everybody.
Yeah, of course, you have more time to know people.
Yes.
Because that's when you share, you really, that's the bonding. That's how you know people. That's how they know you. It's like you speak.
Yeah.
You speak from your heart, and people hear you, and they speak from their heart, and that's how you bond with other members of the group. That's how in one ceremony you feel like you know everybody. Like you really know everybody. Quick, very fast. New people become friends very fast, because it's a soul level experience. We experience sacred on the soul level. We don't need to talk. It's just silence, but it's a sacred silence where you just connect with everyone. It's incredible. So how was the second ceremony?
The second ceremony was amazing. Amazing. You now have an idea of what to expect for the day, what the location looks like, how you're going to get there, how you're going to get home. So all those questions, the logistics around how you're going to manage this space and yourself, you already know. And I think because of the first ceremony, I had let go of not all, but most of that grief.
Yeah, discharged.
That I was very excited and very open for the experience.
Just to really enjoy the experience, enjoy the medicine.
Yeah. And I remember sitting on the rock, facing the sun, with my music in, and just feeling complete ecstasy and bliss and love and openness and connection. And that's the thing that I remember of this work.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Third ceremony was different, even though I think the amount that you gave me was consistently the same.
Same medicine, same amount.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think because it was my last session, there was a bit of sadness. I was able to let go of the final bits of grief, close that chapter of my last traumatic psychedelic experience. And it just felt like I was telling you yesterday. When you come in, you come home, you're just in the door, and you can take all your clothes off. Your family is home, and you're just like, oh.
I'm home. That's how I felt yesterday.
Yeah.
Amazing. And did you feel like a certain closure for your healing, the healing of that trauma that happened? You felt it yesterday more?
Yes.
Like, maybe you want to describe a little bit how you felt that this chapter is closed. How did you feel that?
I was standing on the rock by the river, and I'm working with Apache tears, which absorbs grief and suffering and pain. And I just said my final prayer, and I threw it into the river. Said thank you, and that was that.
And you just felt relieved.
Yeah, it's not that my heart closed on that chapter, it's my heart opened again.
Yes, exactly. Healing is not closing.
Yeah.
Healing is opening, and it's a rebirth.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm really glad we could do it in a week. I wasn't sure we can do it in a week.
I was very surprised. I'm very, very surprised by
It's very fast.
the amount of work I was able to do. And my intention coming in here was just, don't expect anything. Just check it out. Just check it out.
To see if something I can do. If
Yeah.
something can be done with you, with your situation, maybe in the future.
Exactly. It was
Like,
really...
it's not going to happen in a week.
I was not expecting it, and I was really just like, okay, let me just go check out Sergey. Let me go check out Peru, this retreat center, Huachuma. Let me just see. It's like 3 days of ceremony. Let's see. So it really... In some ways, I'm not all that surprised. I think there was a part of me that was like, if I get the opportunity to just let all of this go,
Yeah, will, of course.
I'm like, it's going.
Of course.
It's the
It's
first
2
thing we're
years of
ejecting
suffering.
this. Like, it's
Yes,
done.
take it out.
Like-
Take it. Can you take it from me, please? Yes, of course. It's 2 years of suffering and 2 years of thinking about this constantly. It's
Yeah.
like in the back of your mind. I know how it works. We'll get to this now, but that's why I can help people, because I have experience
Yeah.
with that particular thing, And go ahead.
Yeah, and then, and that was probably my most calm, like despite the rain, despite what was coming down.
A little rain.
It rained most of the day, but it was okay.
Yesterday.
The third ceremony
Yes.
rained most of the day, which typically I would be like, oh no, it's raining. But I was like, look, it's fine. I have an umbrella at my little area,
Yeah.
and it's fine. Everything's fine. And the walk back was really, I felt very triumphant, very proud of myself for
Yeah, you should be.
really trusting
You should
this whole
be.
process.
Trusting yourself to begin with, because after psychedelic trauma, that is the whole problem. The problem with psychedelic trauma is that it's not that it was a traumatic experience and now you're like living this nightmare for the rest of your life. That's bad enough. The problem with this is deeper, is that in most cases you will be blocked from experiencing plant medicine ever again, which means the traumatic experience can just block you from healing and self-growth, block you from that very thing that actually can have an impact on our consciousness and on our life. You will never tap into the source because of the fear. That is the real problem. It's not just how you feel about this, it's that you will never do it again, most likely. So you have to give yourself credit for trusting yourself. First you trusted yourself. Before trusting me and the medicine, you trusted yourself. It's like, okay, I'm feeling like going, I'm going. You trusted yourself, so give yourself credit for that. You trusted your intuition, your instinct. It's courageous, because you wanted to face your fears.
Yeah.
That's courageous. Following your guidance, your intuition, and not your fears, because you had both.
Yep.
These are voices in your head.
Yep.
Which are you following? A fear, voice of fear that says, who knows what can happen to you there? Maybe you don't go. Or a voice of intuition that says you just have to go.
Yeah.
So which one? This is the choice in life, really. It's not just this. This is like a microcosm.
Yeah.
It's a micro world of the larger world. Like in life, that will be a larger world. But that's the same choice we have to make. It's between fear and love, really. In your case, in this situation, it's between fear and courage. Like courage to face the fear, or you just listen to your fear. You can do either, but if you listen to the fear, you will stay in the place of trauma, in the darkness and the negativity, and blocked from everything that could be available for you as a result of this work. As the gates are now opening, you don't even know where that will lead, but it will lead you to a good place. It just opened the whole new world for you, the whole new path in life. So that's important.
Yeah.
Maybe we talk a little bit like, are you aware of other people who were traumatized, like in different life situations, like psychedelics, you know, psychedelic trauma. Any friends?
No, not
You
a
know?
lot of my friends do this.
Okay, so you know.
Or they're just scared
to do it at
to
all.
do it because they've heard
they
stories.
heard stories.
Yes.
Exactly.
So they
because
just don't want to try.
exactly. You see how deep that goes? It's like it's not only that you get traumatized and you don't want to do it, but other people, you just put it somewhere, like, trip reports.
Exactly.
Bad trip. I had a bad trip. And people are like, oh, you see what happened? Because people are ignorant of this as in general. Psychedelic, it's very new to the West. People just don't know anything. It's like there is so much confusion. There is so much vagueness about the subject, so people don't even know what it is. It's like some people think psychedelics is drugs, so you need to educate them first to kind of separate the two. Then you have others who did some psychedelic, but then got traumatized, or their friends did, and now like, okay, the whole thing is like this. It's so much confusion here. It's like you really need to take case by case and like really kind of deconstruct that into the crystals of clarity. Okay, this is why it happened, this is what happened, and this is the way out of it. You can generalize that, but people do that. It's like, okay, oh, she did this. They don't understand that it's synthetic versus natural plants. It's completely like two different dimensions, two different like worlds.
Yeah.
You can compare that. I never do synthetic. It's like this is like it has no spirit. You can trust it. Only do plant medicine. It has spirit. It has intelligence built into it. And the whole tradition behind that. You have kind of inbuilt safety and guidance and everything. So all this has to be explained to people. But this is a big thing. It's like people will want to experience, to heal. Like there's a lot of depression going on, and it's like nothing. Well, therapy doesn't work. It's like I have therapists here, not just people who give therapy. The therapists who give therapy, they come for therapy. It's like, and we talk, and they tell me things. So I have the inside look into the whole system, so I understand how it works. So. At best, it just keeps you from killing yourself from Monday to Friday, when you go to work. But it doesn't address anything.
Just
like
surviving.
It doesn't. It's just surviving. It's kind of adjusting you back to society, which needed. It's needed. If not, people will be, jumping from the bridge everywhere. It's like okay, you need that, but it's a band-aid that keeps you going. But it doesn't address anything. Doesn't change anything in your life. The cause remains. The medicine can actually address that and can help you change that and lead you to healing. That's how it works. That's just how I told you, like how it works. Like this is healing. This is the modality of healing, the essence of healing. So, what would you tell to people who have experienced trauma or know someone with trauma and afraid to take the medicine? What would you tell them? What is your message after this week spent with us? What is your message to these people?
There is a way to heal that, and you can come home, you can do this work again, you can be reconnected, and it takes a lot of the things that you said. It takes courage to do it, and working with somebody like you who understands psychedelic trauma and understands the big thing is dosage, and working slowly. And I think people who are coming in need to understand that it takes time. It took me 3 sessions.
Which isn't much time.
Which is, yeah.
This is much.
Maybe this is a special case. Perhaps. Maybe not. I don't know. But the willingness to understand that it's going to take time. You're not going to drink a full cup the first day.
Of
You
course.
probably will break your brain.
Yeah.
But it is this slow...
That would be like putting fire with gasoline.
Yeah.
Putting out fire with gasoline.
It's not going to work that way. But it is this very gentle, slow process that allows you to take it at your own pace, so that there's no fear. Or if there is a little bit of trepidation, you can look at it and manage it.
Yeah, I make it that way. I make it for you to allow you to look at that and kind of find confidence. Like, I'm doing it. Everything is good. Everything is beautiful. I'm doing that at my pace. I'm not pushing.
Yeah.
Not pushing. That's the way. And I know this because I was traumatized many times during my youth with psychedelics, and but I always came back. More caution, but not always. So not always. But this is like my life story, before, all the way before plant medicine. And even plant medicine started from serious ayahuasca trauma. Man, I went to Iquitos, and that was hardcore jungle ayahuasca, motor oil, too much, too soon. I was traumatized. Worse than all my traumas before my life. So I was like, okay, is there a way out of this? Is that, I was thinking, like, is this the path? Is this the path? Like, through trauma and drama and, is that how it is? And then when I came to Huachuma, I realized, no, it's not. There's another way. And I was like, oh, fine, that I can heal all my traumas. And then I can help others. Because I know how to do it, It's just one of my few specialties, to take care of people, I work with experienced people with extreme experience, and with new people who never heard about plant medicine. Like, this is the range from like 0 to 100.
Yeah.
It's like all races. Like, I have a Ferrari here and a Toyota Corolla 1975 here. Grandma driving kind of. I can take you to the highway with this car, no problem.
Yeah.
And we will reach same destination in different time.
Yeah.
But it will be the same destination of healing, peace, connection, clarity. So I'm really happy that you could achieve that in a week. It really makes me feel very good, because I wasn't sure we could do it in a week. I thought we need more time, because with trauma you really need, it's, as you said, slow work, and kind of I need to clear all the fears, bring trust, because you need trust. Without trust, you can't really open up. You can open up, there is no healing. It's like you kind of in between, So that was probably the fastest ever, because I had people like that before. You're not the first one, but maybe the fastest healing of psychedelic trauma in a week. Maybe fastest. It takes more time. It takes a few weeks, maybe a month. You really need to kind of settle in here, really find your connection, and just like, yes, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It's a mindset. Like, I'm doing it. I'm done with it. I'm doing it. I want to heal this.
Yeah.
It's a mindset. It's a willpower. I'm going to face my fears, and I want to heal it, and I want to open the plant medicine path for me again. With more wisdom, more experience, more connection.
Yeah.
So we did that.
Yeah, and I am just at the beginning now.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. I can put that aside. We are right at the beginning. The trail starts here.
Yeah, the path starts here.
I'm really looking forward to continuing to develop my relationship with Huachuma in a slow and steady way that's not greedy or extractive. Like before, I was like, oh, I want to get these things out of this thing.
Just be respectful to the medicine. Just, it will give you what you need when you need it. That's just open your heart, work with it, and it will give you reward. You will be rewarded. So greed, no good.
Yeah.
Just love is good.
Yeah.
Do things out of need, not out of greed. You need it, you do it. You feel happy and steady, okay, then you can come back to it in a certain interval to recharge, to review, but always with love and respect. So that's your protection. That's how you come to the medicine. That's the right way to come to the medicine. Love and respect. Whatever needs to be shown, show me. Whatever needs to be taught, teach me. I'm listening. I'm paying attention. That's if you have this attitude, you protect it. Your sincerity and your openness protects you from negativity and fear and all that, or possible negativity that you can bring to it. Not the medicine. The medicine doesn't have that. The medicine is pure love, but it's what people bring to it that makes it what it is. If you bring fear to it, it's on you, you know. It will be magnified in the medicine. Or anxiety. The medicine doesn't cause that. It's just pure love, like you experience.
Yeah.
Pure bliss. It's when you bring your drama into it, well, then it's going to be what you brought to it. You have to work and deal with what you brought to the table. That's why it's very important to prepare for the work, to kind of clean your mind, you know, kind of harness your negativity and come in the best shape you possibly can, because that's going to affect your experience here.
Yeah.
The medicine will show you what's in you. You're full of negativity, it will explode. You know, you're full of love, that will explode too. You know, it's like it will magnify what you already there, what you already have, so you can see it clearly and work with it. You know, if there is a cleaning to be done, okay, do some cleaning, some fixing, some repair. It's like remodeling a house. And then, oh, house looks good. Okay, let's move in.
Yeah.
You know, so you kind of moved in to your house now after this week.
Yeah.
That's the feeling of home that you spoke about. So congratulations with the remodeled interior. That's very important.
It took a long time to get the it took a lot of time to decide to remodel, but it didn't take a lot of time to get remodeled.
Mm-hmm. The decision was 2 years.
Yeah.
And also you didn't know where to go.
I wasn't sure because, you know, most of the things that you have accessible to, like ayahuasca, is a big thing that everyone knows about, but that never felt called to it. There's something about that that just felt...
It will traumatize you
know.
even much more.
Yeah.
You have to come to her like in a different mindset.
Yeah.
When you already come, when you already, you know, well, then you know, get on the roller coaster. But if you're coming to heal psychedelic trauma with ayahuasca, then we'll go like literally putting like gasoline on the fire and like trying to turn it off, and then like, oh, why everything is on fire? Why the house is burning? You know, that's why. It's just each medicine have to be used in the right time in your life.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what to do, it's like it can create much more problem than good. It can be harmful.
Yeah.
You know, but if you know which medicine to use, when, and how, and with whom, it can be very beneficial. Ayahuasca can be very beneficial. But you have to do it right, and with the right people and right mindset.
Yeah.
You know, and especially, you know, your sensitivity is a rare, you know, very hypersensitive person like me. That's why I always got traumatized. That's exactly why.
Because a regular dose for a regular person is like,
for
that is
me,
too much.
it's like already 5 times.
Yeah.
You know, for some people who feel nothing, I'm already like talking to Jesus on the balcony somewhere. You know what I mean? It's like, man, it's a different level of sensitivity. We receive things differently, a lot different. So to give you too much, that's like earthquake in your consciousness. You know, while others not feeling anything. So you have to know this. You have to respect that fact. You know, that's why we're talking. That's why I always talk to people before they come. That's kind of when I interview people, it's like, okay, I get the idea of where they stand with their sensitivity, how to work with them. And it's always better to do on the safe side and kind of build up from there and then just overwhelm. I'm not here to overwhelm people. There is no healing in that.
Yeah.
I don't want you to struggle with the medicine. Fighting with the medicine is not healing.
Yeah.
It's actually
Fighting.
Stupid. Yes, it's fighting the medicine. It's like, why you bring fight here? Like, you coming here for peace. If you bring fighting here, then where do you find peace? You know, so fighting the medicine is not good. And it happened because even people who administer medicine, not all of them understand that. It's a skill that I came to it. I came to this understanding through my life experiences, through my healing. I understood a better way to work with the medicine. But like, for example, my teachers, they didn't do that. They didn't do that. That was just overwhelming and just like, okay, kind of throwing you into the water and see if you can swim. I understand the benefit of that. It's kind of, I understand, but that's a rough way. It's not loving. Mm-hmm. You know, I found a better way.
Yeah.
True love. I can take you as far as they do, or even farther, because I build confidence in you and make you willing to swim deeper. I don't need to throw you there. I
Yeah.
don't need to shock you. It's like, hey, you see, you can swim. Enjoy the ocean. It's a different approach, and
Yeah.
with all respect to my teachers, it's just different approach. I found it to be more effective, more more peaceful, more gentle, extremely profound,
Yeah.
but no, remove the shock and drama and all that thing that people are scared of. It's like, I can literally work with your grandma here, who never smoked a joint in her life. No problem. And she will find clarity and connection and healing. It will be different work. It will be the medicine, lighter medicine, lesser amount. It's like, I have my ways, but I can't do it. And what I did with you, it will be the same work.
Yeah.
That's how I would work with your grandma. And you saw how I work with other people in the
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
Strong medicine, full cups, you know, in the same group, in the same time.
Yeah. The different experiences really also showed me, like, okay, there are a few you know very well and where they're at, so you understand they are very confidently taking their full cups. And then
Of
there are
strong medicine.
yeah, and then there are others who are learning, and so each ceremony, we check in, you check in, you want to do a little bit more, and it's like a little bit more.
Yeah,
It's not like here's like way more.
a little bit
And
just to boost you up.
I can see the courage it's built. in them.
Confidence,
Yeah.
trust. It's
To be
yes,
like, yeah,
both.
I'm ready. I'm ready to
I'm
do a little
ready.
bit
I'm
more. I'm
trusting.
ready to do more.
I have done this. Okay,
Yes.
I'm willing to go a bit deeper. I want to see what's there. I'm building you up, and you telling me, I want to go deeper. So there is no pushing from my side.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm just following your guidance now. You tell me how you want to go deeper. Okay, we can do it. Like, you see, your trust, your confidence, your relationship with the medicine allows you to go deeper, because I build it for you. The way we did, we created for you, so you can ask for more. You can go deeper. Like with Farhan, for example, like we're building him up.
Yeah.
Like next week, I think, like, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks from now, he will be drinking full cups of strong medicine.
Yeah.
And it will be a completely different experience. But it's like I'm letting him
Yeah.
asking me to take him deeper. I'm not throwing him over the cliff. Just not my methods.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I like to guide you, not to throw you and see how you fly over the cliff. Like, hey, don't forget to find your parachute. Like it's there.
Yeah.
Pull the what you call this in the parachute.
Pull the cord.
Pull the cord.
cord.
It's like, hey, I'm not doing that. We're doing this together. We're doing this together.
Yeah.
It's very important. I think it's very very useful, this conversation, for many people. I think this can help many people,
I hope it does.
because they can actually see, hear your experience and relate to it through their experience. Because many people have trauma. Many. I received them here, I know. But not just that, I know, all my life path is through psychedelics and before plant medicine, so I know how it works, Many people told me that they would like, but they're afraid. They would like to experience, but they had a bad experience in the past, and that's like, I understand what you're saying, but there is a way to heal it.
Yeah.
So I think this video would be very very good to refer people to. Like, you have a psychedelic trauma, okay, watch what I have to say, what you have to say, and that can give them confidence to look into plant medicine work and find reassurance that it can be done for them. You healed, why can't they?
Yeah. They can absolutely.
Of course, of course. So this is why I thought like it would be important to speak about this, to give people that reassurance that they are not at the end of the road. It can be the new beginning
Yeah.
if they find the courage to face it and do it right this time around. Come here, drink the medicine with us, leave it behind, because living with this trauma, it's not good. It's like it's in your consciousness. Salute.
me.
It's like it's on your consciousness all the time. It's like in the background.
Yeah.
Even you do your work, you driving the car, I don't know, whatever you're doing in life, like your just life activities, it's in your head. It's not something that, that just happened there and I forgot about it. It's not like that. It's like in your head. That's how it was for me. It's like constantly in your head, in the background. This experience. It's not that. It's not like you're actively dwelling there, but it's just there. Was that the case for you? The trauma that you had.
I think especially when there were opportunities that would come up for more psychedelic or plant medicine work,
That
it
would
was
come-
a very big like,
Yeah.
no, I can't, I can't,
No,
I can't, I
yeah,
can't, I
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
It was a
It's right
very
there.
big, just like, nope, no.
Yeah, just no.
And of course there's a side that's like, I wish I could, but nope.
No, I'm not doing that because I remember that panic and fear, which are very nasty, like seriously, like very nasty. And I understand why people don't want to do that. I remember how I was. I was the same thing because I had numbers like there was on LSD in my youth, on pills. It was just like nightmare experiences that I feel like, man, can I even do it again after this? Like I always knew that this is the path to self-knowledge. I always intuitively understood that you need a direct experience to understand yourself, to understand reality, to build your true relationship with reality through altered consciousness. I always intuitively understood. This is why I did all this thing. This is why I was looking for real thing, but we didn't have real plant medicine and psychedelics. We had like this and that, which wasn't the best tools, but I worked with what we had, and that was trauma after trauma. And I'm like, is that the way? I mean, I'm willing because what else? To follow a guru who will tell you about spiritual awakening that you will never achieve. It's just I understood that it's not the way. I want direct experience. So when I found what Huachuma does, everything changed for me. Everything. I realized that everything I thought exists does exist, and I hope for. So there must be something that I can trust 100%, love and enjoy and follow and just learn and everything. Like there must be something on this earth. Otherwise, we're lost here. We're just lost in this world. There is nobody knows anything. Your priest doesn't know anything. Your therapist doesn't know anything. Your president doesn't know anything. Nobody knows anything. Like in big thing, of course, everybody have their own skills and kind of they can do something for it. But I'm talking like about how to live your life, like actual guidance to live your life to lead you to happiness. Who does that? I've been around. I was looking for this kind of people. Some people have some parts, but it's like kind of fragmented. It's all fragmented teaching. They can show you one thing, but it's like, oh, but this I don't know. Oh, but this it's like, okay, but how do this? Nobody have the whole knowledge that can lead you to yourself. I found that in the medicine. Through the medicine, I found the way towards myself, towards my happiness, and spiritual, psychological freedom from ideologies, fulfillment, and joy of every moment of my life. Like I'm enjoying right now. It's not like I'm enjoying the ceremonies. I'm enjoying waking up in the morning. I'm enjoying going to sleep at night. I'm enjoying sitting and talking to you right now. After this, I will just look at the mountains and think about what I want to do. The next of the day, it will be very joyful. And then I will be doing things also very joyful. It's a connection. When you connect to yourself and to spirit, it's everywhere. It's like you are connected. You are happy. You are fulfilled. That's what I found in Huachuma. This complete fulfillment that brings peace, deep peace, where you can just, okay, I love my life. That's very powerful. Because from this point you live your life. From this point, everything you do is great. Or you do nothing, it's also great. It's like there is nothing you're chasing anymore. Everything is here. Everything is at your disposal. So this is my life. I love my life. Beautiful. I'm sharing this with other people and helping. It's amazing. So Huachuma for me definitely is the way to this place. It's the most beautiful way. There are other ways, but for other plants, but it can be very rough. The Huachuma is just the most loving, the most beautiful plant teacher.
What else do I want to share?
Anything. As you are leaving tomorrow, what are you taking back?
Other plant allies to help with...
Well, what are you taking back in your heart and your spirit, not in your baggage?
I'm taking back knowing that I'm coming back here and that your support is there for me as I continue to expand on this work, and that I can move forward from that experience.
Grow.
Yeah.
You can use it as a new reference point,
Yeah.
new baseline consciousness on which you can build
Yeah.
your new life,
Yeah.
which is professional life, personal life. Everything comes from this point of connection and trust and
Yeah.
confidence.
I'm going back with a more open heart of not gripping so tightly onto what direction my life is supposed to head in any of the domains, personal, spiritual, professional, and just really trust myself.
That's the key.
Yeah.
That's the key. If you do that, you're okay. You'll find your way. Whatever is your way, you will find it. Because you refer to yourself. You ask yourself. You trust yourself. You trust your instinct, your intuition. That's what brought you here.
Yeah.
So I think that's what you're taking back, really.
Yeah.
A part of other plants in your baggage.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Which
that,
is also good.
things like Hape and Bobinsana that are really
Yeah, good
supportive of
ally.
the work, and you
Very
can
good ally.
continue it at home, so it doesn't feel like this abrupt stop and you're back in city life doing regular city living things.
That can be like
be
it's kind of
shocking.
shocking. It's like a cultural shock. You go
Yeah.
back, like, oh, back into matrix. Like, what am I doing here now? What are my allies?
Yeah.
It's like now you have your methods, your practice that comes with you,
Yeah.
and you can continue there.
And I can develop my relationship
With
with
them.
Bobinsana and them.
Yes.
And then when I come back, I'm coming with them to meet Huachuma again.
Yes, and it will be much deeper work
Yes.
because you come with so much trust and excitement and willingness. This time it was like, okay, a part of me wants to go, a part of me doesn't.
Yeah.
The fear part. The next time there is no part.
Yeah.
There is no
There's
fear.
no fear part.
It's like I want to go deeper. It's pure excitement. And when you come to the Manson with this, it just takes you to heaven.
Yeah.
Because there is no more fear to deal with. Just pure trust.
Yeah. And I like that I know that if I come back in 6 months or come back in a year, I'm going to be starting from here.
From here.
I'm not going back there and having to do some recuperation work. I'm starting
Yeah,
here.
that's how Manson
And
works.
we move forward.
Yeah, doesn't matter when you come. It starts from this point.
Yeah.
Wonderful, Monica. Thank you very much for your willingness to share this story. I think it's very important. I truly believe this video can help many people. Whether they come here or not doesn't matter. Just even in their mind, just to give them hope, true hope, that it can be done. And this is the seed that can be, that can grow into a tree in their mind. So, thank you first of all for your courage to come, for doing the work, and then sharing your story. I'm very satisfied about the work we did together in a very short time. Very satisfied. I'm really very satisfied. Yesterday I felt like, okay, good, this cycle is complete. Very short, but this cycle is complete. She's going home in a good way. So
Thank you, Sergey.
when
and
you
thank
come
you,
back,
Huachuma.
of course, there you are, the grandfather, the loving grandfather, the loving grandfather. Wonderful. Okay, Monica, nice meeting you. You're a really good person, and I wish you really all the best in your personal life, of course, but also in your career, because it's very important. What you're doing, it's incredibly important work. Like, we're kind of colleagues, although I'm not really working with people like who are going to die. I mean, some of them probably.
I mean,
we
we're
don't
all
know.
going to die, so you are doing it every day.
Yes, in that sense, we're all like end of life care. It's just the end of life might be stretched in time.
Exactly. You might be 50 years away or 5
We
years
don't
away.
know, but yours is like more immediate. It's like more immediate. Is it what, cancer patients?
It's anybody.
Oh, anyone. Okay.
A lot of them are.
Yeah, mostly probably.
Yes, that's the thing.
You know, somebody need to do this work. Like, it's very difficult. Like emotionally, I understand. Like, I work with people all the time, healing, and they're not necessarily going to die next month. It's like, but they're coming in such a bad shape. Some of them that carrying this is like, oh, that's heavy. You know, that's heavy. But
it's a lot of love. It's very life affirming.
Well, it's a service. Yeah. It's a service you do. So, in your case, it's probably more. How would you say? It's just because of the time between when you meet them and when they actually die, very short. So it's more condensed.
Yes.
More condensed. So I understand the weight, the emotional weight you have to carry. And the work we do and your continuation will definitely help with that. For you personally to feel better, and also for them, because if you're better, if you are coming to your patient and you're like all like broken down and heavy, it's like how you make them feel. Yeah. It's like, okay, are you going to help me? Who's helping who here?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm helping you. You know what I mean? It's like you need to be like, stronger there and more have more capacity to observe their pain without taking you down. Yeah. So it's sad, of course. It's not like you're going to the movie theater. It's not a fun thing. It's like you're working with people who are checking out, involuntarily. Yeah. So it's a very sad. But if you like, they want to see some hope. They want to see not hope that they will not die. They know that they're going to die, but a support, like at least like the last whatever is there. There is some beauty in it, some joy in it, some good things about this, and you can bring that to the table with your emotional level, with your emotionality, it's like with your openness, and I don't know, but that's it. Is that how you work with them?
Yeah.
Like, what is it that you bring? What is it the most important thing for you to bring to that person?
Though I think one of the big things is going with them and looking at the stuff that they're afraid of, to not hide the fact that death is on the way and they may have some feelings and things that they can't share with other people because they don't want to upset and burden the people that they love. Family, yeah. And so they hold it all. And there is a lot of fear and sadness to leave.
Yeah, sadness. For sure.
Not to just also, deal with the fact that, like, where am I going to go if they don't have any sort of, spiritual background or religious support. There's also that fear of questioning what will happen.
To them or to families?
To themselves.
To themselves. So they do ask that.
Yeah.
Like, what will happen to them after they die?
Yeah.
And what are you telling them?
Well, from the experience of plant medicine work, I know that we just return back to love. We just go back there. There's nothing to be scared of because we just go back to where we came from.
To the source.
To the source.
Yeah,
and it's just
very
pure
smoothly.
love.
Very smoothly.
Yeah.
That's very important. It's like you basically help them with fear of death.
Yeah.
And to die in peace.
Yeah.
That's very big.
And through plant medicine work, and even at that second ceremony that I experienced with Huachuma, I was reassured again that this exists and we have nothing to fear. We just go back.
That's what I realized when I was having near-death experience in Mexico during the Pieta ceremony. It's like dying. Actually dying. I was stung by deadly scorpions in the ceremony. So I was 3 days near death.
6 times, right? Or something
that's
like
what
that.
They said. I felt twice. So, and that's what the shaman I was with, he said like 6. So like, okay, I don't know. I felt twice, but that was already enough. Deadly scorpions. One is enough to kill you. So, but then when I was like dying there, laying down and dying there, I said, I wasn't scared. I was just very sad.
Yeah.
I just was so sad to leave life, and I love life. I realized how much I love life, and I realized that there's so much unrealized potential that it just was so sad to go. It's like, and too early. It's like I was like 32. I'm like, no, it's just the wrong timing. So I had to fight through this like for 3 days, literally paralyzed on the ground. But I understand what, maybe because of this experience, I understand these people, your patients,
Yeah.
because your clients, I mean, not your clients, your patient, your, how you call them?
I call them clients.
Clients. Maybe that's why I understand them, because I experienced that.
Yeah.
I know the sadness of dying. But I didn't have fear. I was not afraid. That's the thing. I was like, it's just too sad. It's like I love life so much, and I didn't do many things I want to do in my life. I just found the plant medicine like a few years ago, and finally found my path in life. But I want to explore, I want to walk and learn, and now I'm like dying. It was just very sad.
Yeah.
The sadness was like it was just huge, It was, I don't know. At some point I thought maybe I will just die from sadness before from venom. It's like I wasn't sure what will kill me now. The venom, the freezing, like your your body and soul get frozen. Because it's a neurotoxin, this scorpion venom, it just makes you, stops all your body paralyzed and you just die, I don't know if that will kill me or that is like, just the sadness while it's happening. So that was I wrote it in the first book.
Yeah.
Path. You wrote the path?
Yeah.
Seeking
That's
truth
how
in
I
the
know
world
that.
of life.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
book.
So I understand what they're going through. So if you can really calm them or provide them some peace and some smoothing, just to give them the hope that you're not just going to disappear into the black hole, but you return to the source, that can be very helpful on the way out. They can just die in peace. And dying in pieces, man, that's probably just as important as living in joy,
Yeah.
So I salute you for the work you do.
Thank you.
It's very difficult work, but much needed. So I can empower you here with Huachuma, just to give you more energy, more understanding, more tools, more power to do the better work for people there.
Yeah.
Okay, Monica, well, thank you very much, and have a beautiful return home. And nice to see your smile. It's definitely wider than from UK.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's good. That's how I measure success.
How
I
big the smile is.
Yeah, it's like how wide is your smile.
Yeah.
So when people come here, sometime
There's no smiles, just skulls.
it's just no smiles. So like, oh, that's okay. That's like a month. I can tell like this is like a month before this guy will smile, and then it happens. But people come with different conditions.
Yeah.
Sounds good, Monica. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So all the best.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Yes, I'll be back. How my Terminator friend says that from California. I'll be back.